Welcome. I'm Dee, and this is the Unguided Life where I am taking it one day at a time, bringing you guys along for the journey to hold me accountable as I budget my way through life. And how this looks on screen is that I actually like to plan my month ahead using my planner and then breaking down my month by categories and then breaking it down from income breakdown to income breakdown. So each time I receive income, I like to tell my money what to do before it tells me what to do. So this is the Gooseby Plan Planner. Planner. This planner is, unfortunately, I'm going to stop using this in December because I have switched to the Happy Planner. The pros with this is the layout is great. The paper quality is great. It was just the cover situation. I really didn't care for the cover. Additionally, I like to use stickers and sticker kits that I, purchase. They don't fit this planner. Now, Jennifer Bleacher was making stickers for this planner for me, but I probably was the only one that was buying it. So when she revamped her shop, she discontinued the Gooseby Plan stickers, and so it was just better for me to jump on board with using a different planner because there's multiple shops I can shop from that have stickers for the Happy Planner. So let's go ahead and flip to September. And September's quote is, "There's only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve: the fear of failure." Okay, so that means we got some dreaming to do. Okay, so this is the layout. The layout is from Jennifer Bleacher with I'm finna say something else, but Jennifer Bleacher with Life in Envelopes here on YouTube in her Etsy shop. She has a digital Etsy shop where she prints the stickers and sends them to you, and then she has a printable Etsy shop where you can check out, and if you want printables you want to print at home yourself, you can do that. So this is a kit from her shop, and as you can see from before, it is large. Now it is a 7x9 kit, but it is geared towards the Erin Condren brand, and so that's why it's a little bit bigger, but it works. As you can see, it works. Now the bill due stickers and the payday stickers, as well as the script here, is from Megan with her Courage to Plan. Definitely check her out here on YouTube, as well as check out our Etsy shop. She has been releasing a lot of new items this week that if you like to plan from week to week, that it's up your alley. Okay, so definitely check that out. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move this out the way, and I'm going to set up so we can go ahead and get into this budget. You hear me? Now, where have I been? Before I get into it, the last few weeks has been a lot for me mentally. Papa is officially in college, so I just been adjusting to what's been going on, what's as far as being at the home by myself. I still haven't came up with a plan on grocery shopping because I'm so used to grocery shopping with two and being specific on what I actually grocery shop, seeing that I had Papa and I had to be, mindful of things he don't eat. So I really got to figure out where I'm going to go with that. The next thing is that I have to realize that when I hear a weird noise in the house, I cannot automatically assume it's Papa. I have to get up and see what it is. Three times this week I have had to do that. And it honestly scared the living daylights out of me. And it was simply because I forgot to turn some things off. And then I thought I turned off my dryer, but I didn't. So what my dryer does is it does a cycle where it turns itself on when it's not completely off. And yeah, it did that. And I thought somebody was in the house washing and drying their clothes on my dime. So yeah, I don't know how often I'm going to record. I'm gonna try my best to be consistent, but I'm, like I said, just give me a little grace as I try to work through this transition because it is emotional for me. So this is my September monthly budget overview sheet. This is the worksheet I created by for myself, and it was inspired by Rochelle Addison and Rochelle Addison Budget. I like this layout because it puts me in the mind of every dollar, and I use that app, and how it categorizes our expenses, and it kind of gives us a high level overview to let us know what we actually spending in what categories and where we need to make the adjustments. And so I have been loving using this as a way to you know look at my spending and make the necessary adjustments. In order to actually complete this worksheet, I have to use this worksheet, which is my September monthly budget overview sheet. This is another worksheet I created for myself. This is more detailed. It talks about my monthly goals because I always want to start my month with some goals. I usually don't fill this portion in until after my monthly budget review from the previous month, because then I have a clear picture on what I need to do to succeed in this month. It's broken down again with the income sources, so I can receive money from paychecks, savings, rollover, and bonus. This particular paycheck not paycheck, this particular month, as well as the month going forward, I'm no longer going to consider my rollover because I haven't been doing good with saving it. So why keep putting it there? I'm giving myself this false hope of, this money constantly rolling. And then by the end of the month, it's gone. And it's not gone because there's issues like coming up. It's gone because I'm overspending, or I'm using it as, you know, as more so a crutch than the actual cushion it should be. And so we got some work to do. We still got some months left in this year. We're going to figure it out, okay? So this is the breakdown. So this information comes from the calendar that you just seen. And so I just put this in this format so I can actually see what I need to pay when and how much of that's total. Now, in order to find out what I'm going to do with my discretionary income, which is the categories here, I have to actually break down my budget. Now, this is the budget pre-plan sheet, and I actually purchased this from Kiera Vaughn here on YouTube, and I haven't really seen too much from her lately, but this is a worksheet that has been working. The only tweak is here, I just, erase the where it says paychecks, because I don't refer to this as paychecks, even though, I should, but I don't. And the reason is because I can receive other income. I can pull from my savings. I can, have bonus, and I actually can have rollovers. So I don't want to say this is a paycheck and that's what I'm getting. This is exactly the income I'm expected to be in my bank account on this particular day. I took the liberty of already breaking down the expenses that I'm expected to pay in each breakdown. Now, just to let you know, I will only be doing 2 breakdowns this month, even though I will be paid on 3 days. And that's only because the first and second income breakdown actually is like within a week. So I do not expect to make 2 videos about one thing. So I am just going to do the first income breakdown, which is the start of the monthly budget, and then the second one is the second time I get paid from my employer, and any income that's included with that, or at that point, that's what we'll be reflecting. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. The first thing is on the 27th, and if I haven't said it, and I probably haven't, September budget goes from August 27th to September 24th. I always list the month because typically I start my budget with the paycheck in the month before. So I don't want that to be confusing. So let's start what I expect. So from the 27th to the 1st, the only bill that's due is the internet. It's due on the 27th, and it's $43.96. I do send a portion to giving, so that's $160. Now, when it comes to my envelope system, I did make some changes, and when I do my income breakdown, I'll discuss that. But I did decrease the envelopes as well as made some changes to some names. So the envelope system, I'm going to send $265. The sinking funds, I did the same, decrease the amount of sinking funds, as well as going forward, I'm only going to show certain sinking funds that I'm funding when I actually do it, my income breakdowns. So for the first paycheck, we're only going to send $145. So the income is only one paycheck. I always use the base of $1,600. Now, another thing that's going to happen is that I did start my 401k contribution. Yay, me. And so working with the advisor, we kind of got it pinpoint where this doesn't go, untouched. Like, so I may have a smaller buffer than I had in the previous months, and that's totally fine because I don't want to have as many expenses anyway. So I want to work on that as well. So let's go ahead and you just take the income that you expect and you minus the expenses. So that's what I'm going to do here. And this chair, I definitely need to get a new one. Papa has did the most with this chair. So there we go. And so $986.04 is remaining when I do my first breakdown. Do I spend that money? No. That money carries over, and it carries over to the next income breakdown, which is going to be on September 1st. And I'm actually going to receive my stipend that day. So I just add that to what's here. And I go ahead and I put the amount that should be in my bank account on September 1st. Now, the items that need to be paid is anything before the 10th. And that is rent at $7.15. Streaming is $14.93, and that's my Netflix. Life insurance is $38.54, and then giving is $160. Now, I do not send anything to the envelope system and sinking funds because this is actually within the same 2-week range, and that's where my envelope system and sinking funds, I fund them every other week. So there's no need to make any changes here. Break it down where I'm having money here and having money here. I fully fund it in the first week, and then it carries over into the next 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and minus that to see what we have remaining. And there hasn't been really any changes with these particular bills at this current time. So that has been a plus, I guess. Most of my bills are fixed, so the only time they change is if the surcharges and the surcharges and the, what do you call it? The surcharges and the taxes change. And I think there is an issue somewhere. Yeah, I really think that's an issue. Let me go back. Oh, you know what? The issue is, why am I giving that much to that category? That's not what I should be giving. Where do I have mine? I'm like, why is it taking all of my money? There we go. This is actually $14.41 because what I brought in. So now we minus $14.41, and it leaves us with $347.30. Again, I do not do anything with that other than carry that over to the next income breakdown. That hurt it. And I'm expecting to get my paycheck. So that's 16. So $1947.30 is what I'm expected to have in my bank account on September 10th. So the expenses is the car note, credit card, number one. I did some spending, as well as I had been going to a doctor, so I had to pay, and I'm just waiting for my reimbursements to go back into this account. So, but I still have to pay the bill, so I'm not going to wait. I pay the bill, and just when I receive the money, I allocate it where it needs to go. Now my storage went up a couple pennies, not sure, other than it's probably like taxes. Taxes usually changes the cents on our bills. The electric is $115, and I did get a notification that my electric will be going down, which I say that it should be going down because it's only me here, and I don't run a lot of things as often. I don't have a lot of things plugged in like we had before. So that should be going down in October for the third quarter. No, fourth quarter. The water was 39, which is expected because it's just me here. And it could probably go down even lower as we go on, because it was me and then partially Papa and then my sister came. So there was some activity going. So it could go down even more as I'm just the only one here. Cable was $10.91. The phone bill is $169.83. I decided to just pay it, and Papa's not getting any consistent income right now. He's living off of his checking, what he has in his checking, which is a good chunk, and he doesn't spend a lot, and he has everything he needed thanks to family and friends, as well as thanks to his grandmama, who I told don't be sending no money to Papa, and she's sending money to Papa, but now she's sending it where I can't see it, or she think I can't see it because she was using Cash App, but I had to go in to deposit a check for him, and I was like, where does Cash App come from? I'm like, where did you get the Cash App? And he said, oh, Grandma. Okay, if you want to be slick, go ahead and be slick. Don't ask me for that $50 back, Mom. The auto insurance, so they caught up with us. They caught up. Earlier in the year, I told you that, not in the year, last year, December, Papa received a ticket for speeding. We went to court around April, and he paid the fine. And so that cost him to have a point, insurance points. And so I have to eat that up. He was so generous. He said, Mom, do you want me to send anything? No, let's just let it play out. I'm really on the fence if I should keep it on my insurance. Maybe I should give advice to others who children had moved away and don't have a car and not driving in car. Did y'all take them off of the insurance if you had to keep them on there? Or did you have to keep them on there? What do you recommend? What do you know? If any insurance people out there, give me some recommendations, because that is a lot. That is like how much I was paying when I first started paying insurance back in the 1800s. But but yeah, we'll definitely figure it out. OnStar is $24.99. Given this time is $160. The envelope system, we're only going to send $180, and sinking funds is $145. I'm going to speed this up a little bit because this could be what it is, long, and it's probably a long video already, but let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so we are back, and so now we go over here to what's left over from each paycheck. And so the first paycheck was left over $986.04. I did not do anything with this other than carry it over to the next paycheck breakdown or income breakdown, and that left me with a total of $347.30. And then I carried that over to the third income breakdown, and the true leftover for the month is $179.23. So I know that I want to send money to savings, and I want to send money to my checking buffer. Now, I've been talking about how I have been, using my buffer as a crutch. I decided that what I want to do, because I still want to fund my emergency fund, and I want to get it to 3 months fully funded by the end of the month. End of the year. So I want to make sure I'm staying on task with that, as well as not create this crutch that causes me to overspend. So now I have this little bird in my ear that may say, hey, you don't have a backup, so you better spend wisely. So I'm going to just go ahead and send $150 to my savings, which is going to leave $29.23 that I'm going to let to sit in my checking buffer. All right. So now that we're done with that, we want to move our way back over to the detail view because we need to fill this information out. So for the first income breakdown, we have 265 and we have 180, and that is for the envelope system. Then for the sinking funds, we have 145 plus 145, so that's 290. Savings, we're sending 150, nothing extra to debt, and checking buffer is 2923. So first here, we already determined I will not be pulling, I don't have to pull anything from savings. I won't be accounting for any rollover from August. I'm not expecting any bonuses. So the only thing that I'm receiving is 2 regular paychecks plus my stipend. So we have $3,344.14. So that's the income I'm expected for the month. So $3,344.14. I'm going to add all of this up because we want to just make sure that that equals the same, because we want every dollar in our budget accounted for, because we work on a zero-based budget. And there we have it, $3,344.14. So that's zero there. Lastly, we make our way over to the monthly budget overview. We go ahead and put in the $3,344.14. We know no bonus, nothing from side income, no rollover, no savings. So all of that is $3,344.14. All right, so these are the categories, and I am going to use my detail view to tell me exactly what should go and where. So as far as giving totals $334.41. Savings is $150. Housing consists of rent, electricity, the cable, water, and the internet. All right, so that's $923.87. Then insurance. When it comes to insurance, that's renter's insurance, which is already paid for the year. Then we have life insurance. We have OnStar. We have auto insurance. And we have valuable personal property, which is already paid for the year. Then lifestyle, we have our storage, which is $748, Netflix, the phone bill, so that's $192.24. Then when it comes to debt includes my car of $280.14. Any miscellaneous, and the only miscellaneous we have is giving, so we don't have to add any debt. The only credit card we're paying for the month is credit card number 1, or for the budget is credit card number 1, is $353.14. So the total amount to debt is $633.28. The envelope system total is $445. The sinking funds consist of the sinking funds plus the checking buffer. So that is $319.23. So we just go down here. We're just gonna put in that, and then we're gonna total that up, and we're gonna see if that totals the same, because again, we want the same thing. We want every dollar in our budget to have a place. And we do. So that's $3,344.14. And there we have it. We are all done. So I hope this helps someone out there that's starting out budgeting and wanting to know exactly what a budget consists of and how to budget from month to month. Not everything I do may not be required of you, but it is a start, and it helped me. Actually putting things to paper helped me understand where my finances were going. So yes, I do have a digital format and a way to check in when I'm away from my home, because I don't want to carry that big binder. but I love doing these pre-plans because basically I love telling my money what to do. All right, let me go ahead and end it here. And the next time you'll see me will definitely be when it's time to break down the income that I receive. Peace out.